So what's your name? James Corden?
Unfortunately not. If I was James Corden, I wouldn't need to be here this time, man.
I've watched it twice. It was like...
Yeah, that's 2 more times more than me, so...
So it's your whole thing, right? You two... Are we recording now?
Wish James Corden. Yeah, we're on now, so yeah, you can...
when they're being recorded.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, so you're on now. I actually do. That's like my one shtick that my brother makes fun of me all the time. My name is Farzan.
And the name of your show is...
It's called RideLight. This is the logo up here.
This is Farzan. This is RideLight. Welcome to RideLight with Farzan.
Sweet.
Where's the camera?
There's one up here, and there's another one up here. So you'll be caught from both angles, you know.
I usually don't like to be photographed.
Well, good thing you're being videographed instead.
So you wanted to hear the story of the worst party I ever threw.
Well, you were going to tell me about the worst
I was
going
to tell you that until it became a television show, but I'll still tell you the same story.
You're going to have to tell me now, yeah.
So the worst party I ever threw.
Okay.
So I was running this sort of nightclub concert venue in New Orleans, if you're Canadian.
Okay.
And it held like about 500 people or something. And the neat part of the place was that it had been a Walter Reed movie theater like back in the 50s.
Okay.
So this election came up, right?
2016.
Keep track of things like that.
Okay.
But there's this guy, from this reality television show,
right?
Like this guy's been around for. I'm older. I'm not older than anybody thinks. But anyway, so this guy, and we're like, no way, right? And then there's like Hillary Clinton. I was like, well, it'd be really cool if Clinton became president. You have to remember, at this time we didn't even like understand like the idea of anything beyond that.
I thought you were like not as old as anybody thought that you.
Nobody. I'm older.
Shouldn't you understand?
I'm Mephistopheles. So anyway, I decided to hold this party where the first woman would be elected president, and the Democrats would win after this like horrible.
Wait, this was the election party.
George Bush. Yeah.
This was election night that you held this.
Yeah, you gonna edit this a little bit?
Probably not, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. So what happens is it was an off night. It was like I don't know what night of the week it was. So I'm like, I've got a giant stage. I have this giant sound system. I have this giant screen. I have this projector. And what we could do is we can absolutely broadcast like live in time.
Glorious defeat of the Democrats.
Don't cut to the punchline before I can get there.
People know it's been 6 years.
Yeah,
she got the ball.
So I don't know how many events I've thrown in my entire life in one way or another, but that was the worst. That was the worst.
Was it just bad because you lost, or like was it worse because of more reasons than that?
The heartbreak. Like literally the heartbreak. So all these people come down, they're having drinks, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is gonna be so great, because like we had been on the rain at Bush and all that stuff, and nothing had been working, and all this other stuff, and they were so excited. And I just watched people's hearts get broken, souls get broken. Like people were like carrying themselves out.
Wait, hold on. So you guys were upset about George Bush, and you were excited that Clinton was gonna come to save you?
No,
that's a pretty low bar to get excited over.
All right, well let's get a little specific here. Okay. Things were simpler then. That was like 10 years ago, or however many years you said.
A lot of years. We're old. Okay. Don't give it away, man.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you do understand that as time goes on, every single year that we live through doesn't progress the same way the last year did, right?
Are you trying to say that if Hillary Clinton was running today, you wouldn't be as supportive of her? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh my god, nobody was supportive of anybody. Nobody thought this fucking absolute idiot.
You were throwing a party that everybody was excited about. This, the way you phrased it, this is centered around Hillary, not about the idiot.
So what's your show about?
Well, apparently about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Alright, let's open the window. Well, you weren't there, man. Like,
at the party?
So also, in the time. So this is like, yeah. Let me put it specifically. This is just before everything went to shit. Okay?
When is
So
that?
I'm not, well, I couldn't pinpoint it to a year for you, but it literally comes a time, and I touched on this for a moment, but you didn't catch on, is that the fact that the pace of rate of change speeds up exponentially every year we live through. So literally, all of history becomes twice as fast as we go. So it was sort of the first obliteration of the idea that there would be anything like normalcy or rationality ever again. It was literally a letdown to the idea that there was any sort of structure that was going to work that you should subscribe to in any way.
And you think that this tipping point was the election of Donald Trump?
Well, for me, in the moment of having the party of watching this reality television show host,
but like
you're thinking about Clinton.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking like when George Bush was getting like shoes thrown at him. That was normal for you? Like this is standard?
No! I'm actually talking about the exact opposite. George Bush getting a shoe thrown at him is 1% of the absurdity of Donald Trump even running for office to begin with.
I see.
I'm talking about the rate of change of absurdity expanding exponentially within our experience and within our lifetimes.
Okay, but again, back.
So like every day is more absurd than the last. So throwing a shoe at, you're trying to tell me. Let's put it back on you. I was trying to let you be the interviewer, but you suck at it. Let's put it back on you. So you're trying to tell me that like having a shoe thrown at you is an absolute major catastrophe that should like have a lot of attention.
But you gotta
instead of.
No, so here's what you gotta think about. It's like
you need to think about instead of.
No, you gotta start thinking about what events led to said shoe being thrown at him, right? Like it's not like some guy just got up and threw a shoe. A series of things led to some guy being like, "Holy shit, I need to throw shoes at this guy."
What are you talking about? Like
this guy like did torture for like many years.
Which guy?
George Bush. He like
was torturing
people for several years, was he not? Like in Iraq.
Yes, and so are the current.
Started a legal war.
So are the current leaders of the same country and many other countries across the entire fucking planet. Have like you paid attention
to
what's going on in Europe?
It seems like
there's a war.
Yeah.
Going on. Like, does this have the news?
But like again, what you're describing is just status quo. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, things have changed. People don't get shoes thrown at them anymore. Major decisions are made where major amounts of people are suffering and fucking dying on a fucking daily basis. Have you fucking checked the statistics on mass shootings?
But that's been happening forever, has it not?
You're not paying attention.
I actually pay a lot of attention to this stuff.
Okay, it's been happening forever, but okay. I'm almost at my house.
Yeah.
You can put this on if you want. You can put this on if you want. But I'm almost at my house. I don't know the point you're going for. I don't know the angle that you go for.
I don't have an angle that you brought up the topic. I didn't have an angle to start with.
It's fine. But I feel like you have a little bit of a boiling frog approach to things.
I see.
And
so you think one day I'm gonna wake up and be like, "What the fuck are we living through?" Like,
no, I think that you're pushing the point. I like it. You're young. You're in there. You're idealistic. Ideologies is what forms communities. Communities form societies.
Right.
It's all about communication.
But sometimes it can be bad.
And you gotta go for it, right? Because you're gonna get old like me. And you can get jaded like me. And I'm telling you, hold on to this shit right in here. And I'm telling you, like, honestly, hold on to this shit and challenge shit.
All right.
And keep thinking and keep challenging and go for it. But to put it all to a point, we're not talking about shoes getting thrown at presidents.
We're just talking about comedy, right?
No.
I'm
going to make my point. We're not talking about shoes being thrown at presidents anymore as the problem.
Okay.
We have major economies collapsing.
Okay.
government's collapsing, or worse, moving towards backwards. Okay, totalitarianism is backwards. We have global ecological collapse. We all know this, right? Okay, so it's time to start arguing over the details.
Okay.
I'm done. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
It was
very nice talking to you. Hope you have a wonderful night.
I think my publicist is just texting me right now.
Don't worry about your publicist,
what did
man.
you do?
You didn't do anything weird.
What did you do?
Don't forget your stuff, though, okay?
Okay, but I have stuff in the back. Don't.
That's what I'm saying. Don't forget your stuff.
Unless I really like your shirt.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. It's like actually
too.
combos. See, it's like SpongeBob on my shirt plus the pineapple that he lives in.